TV, Indiana's only statewide TV news network. This is Breaking News.
And that breaking news, the nation's historic government shutdown is just a signature away from being over. Good evening, everyone, at 10 o'clock. I'm Derek Dennis. Phil Sanchez is off tonight. The House voted late this evening to reopen the government, passing a funding bill that will soon go to President Trump's desk. And the White House says the president will sign it. Sherelle Hubbard has more on the end to the historic 43-day shutdown.
The yeas are 222, the nays are 209. The bill is passed. The motion is adopted.
It's the beginning of the end of the longest government shutdown in history. But going into the vote, some House Democrats slammed the bill.
I think it is a raw deal for the American people.
The deal to end the shutdown includes job restoration for thousands of federal workers fired during the shutdown, back pay for furloughed workers, protections against mass federal layoffs through the end of the fiscal year, and funding SNAP benefits through the 2026 fiscal year. But it's what the bill doesn't include that is getting the most reaction, an extension of the Enhanced Affordable Care Act subsidies, which millions of Americans rely on. They're set to expire at the end of the year.
Every person in our country has lost a loved one to cancer, and yet you would vote to deny people life-saving cancer treatment and research. Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the White House, and with the majority, you have chosen to enact harm to make people hungrier, poorer, sicker, and less safe.
Republicans have promised a future Senate vote on ACA subsidies. The House, though, has not committed to taking it up. After the vote, House Speaker Mike Johnson placed blame for the shutdown squarely on Democrats.
The Democrat shutdown is finally over, thanks to House and Senate Republicans who stood together to get the job done. Absolutely no question in anybody's mind now that the Democrats were responsible for this.
I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
And tonight, Indiana lawmakers are reacting to the end of the shutdown. I spoke with Republican Congressman Marlin Stutzman after the House vote tonight. He told me how he voted, his thoughts on the health care subsidies, and what comes next.
I voted yes. It's a good day for the American people that the government is open back up. No more of the flight delays and because of air traffic controllers not being paid. SNAP benefits are going to be funded for those who are counting on food stamps for their young ones and for their families. So it's a good day. And actually, 6 Democrats voted yes as well with the Republicans. So I just think that shows that, again, this was really an unnecessary shutdown that did not need to happen. Well, I think one of the things that we can now do is have a discussion about those subsidies for the insurance companies. That's the thing. Democrats want to subsidize insurance companies to reduce the premiums. I think it's more important that we send any subsidy to the American people and let the American people decide what they want to do with those funds, rather than sending them to the insurance companies who have had record profits ever since Obamacare was passed. There was the military construction pieces were funded for the next year. We also had Ag Bill, veterans was taken care of. We still have to do the NDAA, the defense authorization, but this definitely is getting us to the point where we can finish up the budget, and it's good that it's past Christmas. It goes all the way to January 30th, which is a much better date than putting it right before Christmas, and then anybody using Christmas as leverage to pass a bill that has too much spending and is unnecessary. So at the end of the day, again, this did not have to happen. Democrats and Senator Schumer decided that they were going to shut the government down, and as they even said, Dick Durbin from Illinois said that this is, just politics that was being played by some in the Democrat Party.
Well, on the other side, Democratic Congressman Frank Mervan voted against ending the government shutdown. In a statement, Mervan said, "I voted against the Republican majority's continuing resolution after serious deliberation with my colleagues and with input from constituents who participated in my community conversations and contacted my office. While I appreciate that this legislation will ensure that emergency food assistance will be released as quickly as possible to children, seniors, and individuals with disabilities, he says it is wrong to do so at the expense of affordable health care benefits."